All right, Cycle Commuter here. Hope you can forgive me. Oh, my finger was there. Sorry. Hope you can forgive me. No mic. Bit lazy today, making this easy. Freedom for Hungary. Freedom for all. So coming by, saw this monument. Wanted to check it out. Monument to commemorate the refugees of the 1956 Hungarian Revolution. Oh. Hello. This is the Freedom Memorial. Got some friends. Well, obviously, they're here for the bike. Oh, it's getting close. Probably people feed them. That's what I'm gonna guess. People feed them. Anyways, yeah, Freedom Memorial from when the Soviets crushed the Hungarian Revolution. Today, talking about fenders. So this is kind of an update to my, not update, another part. I did a bike check. Let's get down nice and low. We did a bike check on my All City Super Professional. So here's a little bit more. One of the popular bits. Just checking for the mic on the camera here. I wanted to get my finger. All right, one of the popular bits was my fenders. I like my fenders a lot. If you watch my channel, or maybe you can just look at the little link in the top corner. I did another video on my full fenders, on my Nature Boy SKS longboard fenders. I'm a big proponent of fenders. Figure if you're gonna ride your bike, may as well do it all the time. If you're gonna do it all the time, may as well not get soaked. So, we've got just a little bit of a recap here. We've got 3 Ass Saver fenders with a little bit of an upgrade, little what do you call it, tribute to the Supple Life. So this is an Ass Saver Mudder, a mullet. There'll be links below in the description below to these on the Ass Saver website. And this is the fender bender. Wanted to try out something different, plus this bike is a little bit more off-roady. So the full fenders don't work, especially if you have really long full fenders. Like the longboards, they'll go like down here up to this point. They actually curve down below. Great for rain. Not so good for jumping curbs or off-roading. Just gonna put that out there for you. Ass Savers, I think, are most well known for fenders that kind of stick out from underneath the seat. This one, I like this one a lot. It gives me a fender without mounts, even though this bike has all the mounts. I think right here. Is there another set? I think there's only one set. So you got fender mounts here. Yeah, fender mounts are here, but I don't want full fenders. These are popular because they're removable. So I like this one because most fenders of this style mount to the seat post. But this one mounts a little bit here and goes to the seat stay. So you need a little bit, I forget what this is called. Let's just get in here. There's a little bridge. Maybe we're gonna call it the chain stay bridge. So you need this, and then you also need your top tube to be high. So that way you can do this. Mountain bikes have a down sloping top tube. And then sometimes this bridge, it's kind of like this whole seat stay, it's kind of tilted more. And this triangle can be a lot smaller, at least on bikes my size. So this is the regular sized fender bender on what should be considered probably a small frame. This is an All City size 49, 52.5, I think, top tube. But this is great because it mounts here, goes through this little spot, and I get a nice good fender. Doesn't have to mount here. So I like it because I find the ones that mount up here have a tendency to kind of get skewed. So this kind of a design is really clever because it keeps it straight. The other thing is, I like this kind of a bag setup. So if I had something mounted here, it wouldn't really fit. And you can kind of change the angle by whether this goes up or down. But I think basically just through road vibrations, this is kind of rocking down and the angle goes up. So how well do these perform relative to full fenders? So first thing, you can see a little bit of dirt. Up here, I haven't washed my bike in a while, so you can see some dirt, some splatter gets up here. My bag, I'm trying to see through the camera. There's a bit of dirt here. You can see my pizza is a little bit dirty. The real test though is on the jacket. So I got the jacket laid out here. It's not raining, but there's puddles everywhere. Very minimal splatter. I do get some, but overall, I think the rear fender passes the test for me, the rider. One of the things that kind of sucks about incomplete fenders is you'll get spray going up. There's someone talking, so yeah, maybe they're just on the phone. Can't tell these days if they're on the phone or talking to themselves. So you get a lot of spray. So not so good for your neighbors. This setup here seems to do well. So this is supposed to stop spray going up into your face. This is this here is for obviously the drivetrain. When you turn, hopefully I don't tip this over like this. Maybe do it this way so it comes towards the camera. As you can see, the fender is nothing, literally nothing. So as a result, I can confirm your shoes get wet. These are my booties. Did a video about that. Oh, I probably got 3 links on this video. So this kind of a setup is pretty good, but incomplete. So you will have to have booties or waterproof boots if you want to protect your feet from getting wet, which sucks when they get wet. The only other thing I can think of to say is that this kind of a fender setup is a lot cheaper than full fenders and pretty easy to take off. I think for me, I might consider taking this one off every once in a while. I kind of left it on just to kind of see. I guess the other thing to highlight is you got to be careful if you have cables. See up here, cables. So this is a hose, hydraulic hose. But if you have exposed cables, you have to be careful with how you mount this. I did say in my bike check, but it's worth repeating. I think these kind of Velcro straps have a tendency to chafe. Ooh, that doesn't, not really showing anything here. Let's get some light. Hold on. It's a bit late. How about this? There you go. So the Velcro straps have a tendency to chafe, I think. So I use a bit of a tube, an old inner tube. I slice it, put it underneath, try not to get too much glare. Yeah, let's see if that works. So you can see inner tube. This one was slipping a little bit. Oh, sorry about that. It was slipping a little bit, so I tightened it. And over here, you can see the other thing I highlighted that is super important. This fender, let's see, comes with little tabs that go right in the corner here. But I added more. Let's see if I can just go to a lighter or a not so intense setting. This is the light mode, not least power. Let's see, where can we do this? Like this. So it comes with little tabs, but I reinforced it with some tape. I will try to remember to put a link. If I don't have a link to this actual tape that I got, remind me. But basically it's like an anti-chafe. This spot here for sure, you could damage the paint. So that is that. Overall, very satisfied. Cheaper, that's for sure. Way cheaper than full fenders. You know, we're talking like maybe $25, maybe $30, maybe $40. I'll send you links or add links in the description below so you can see. Good value, definitely a good alternative. I'm really happy with how this looks. It gives me, sorry, not just looks. Well, I mean, I'll admit it, the fender bender looks cool, but works really well. Does the job and gives me tire clearance for gravel, dirt, all kinds of stuff. So getting late, I want to go home. If you like this stuff, share, subscribe if you haven't. Feel free to comment. Thanks for watching. Cycle Commuter out.